And we are live. What's going on, everybody? This is Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And tonight I wanted to talk about how to create a custom client acquisition and lead generation system using social media. I had an event today and had a couple of people over, some experts, and we got into the topic of just organic marketing, right? Like, how do you get people to buy from you, clients and customers, when you have almost no money, like a lot of entrepreneurs do starting off? And how do you create that process where you build enough trust to where someone will, buy your stuff? How do you reach out to a large audience? Like, we got into this whole thing. So anyway, I gave this wild training incorporating like all the stuff I've learned over the last couple of years. And so I'm going to share this with you today free. And then once this comes out, I'm going to post a really close-up screenshot of this so that you can actually just have it as a reference. I know it's kind of hard to see here, so I'm going to read a lot of this off. And while I'm training this, if you have any questions and comments, feel free to reach out. If you like the content, feel free to tag someone that could use this. And so ultimately what this is a three-part system that will take your general population on social media. It will turn them into a warm lead, and then it will eventually lead to some way for you to sell to them once you determine that they're a warm lead. It's super easy to do. So my first piece of advice to you guys is not to try and do everything on this board or you'll go crazy. Unless you have like an assistant that can help you or someone you can farm out work to. The way to read this board properly is we've got three quadrants here. So we have an actions area. So these are things you can do on social media. We have the targeted area, which means you have now converted them into an interested lead. And then we have the sale area where they have now gotten into a status where you can actually pitch them or start talking about contracts or pitching some type of services. So a good rule of thumb for this is 3, 2, 1. And so what I mean by that is just pick 3 of these actions. I'm going to cover them here in a minute. 2 of these actions possibly. And then your end result is just one of these. Okay. So like I said, this is like big picture overview, like everything you have available to you. So don't try and like do every single thing. Just keep it real simple. Like I said, 3, 2, 1, you'll be good to go. And like I said, if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. So let's just jump into it. So the way to use this properly is to imagine your entire audience on social media. So everyone's checking out your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, all that stuff, just kind of floating in space, right? So they're all like completely cold leads. You don't want to pitch them. You don't want to reach out in Messenger and just try and sell them something. You don't want to reach out in VetTribe and just like, hey, bro, buy my shit, because you're just going to turn them off. What you want to do is to create rapport, trust, and position yourself as an expert. We got Urshel popping on. Thank you, Urshel. I appreciate it, man. So these are the first things you want to do. This is your actions area. So these are all the choices you have available to you. You have Facebook Lives like I'm doing right now. You have basic Facebook posts. You have LinkedIn posts. You have Facebook inquiries, which means you ask a question with a colored background, right? The way that I do questions is I either address a pain point or I address like specifically what type of expert do you need to buy from this week, or what type of expert do you have to hire from this week. Questions are very powerful used on your social media, because what they do is they immediately kind of create this organic funnel where only interested people are going to answer. Okay. One thing you do is take a poll on Facebook, and this is an option that sometimes pops up and sometimes doesn't. If Facebook doesn't allow you to take a poll, just create one with like 3 choices, and all those choices need to be something that you can sell or something that is in your area of expertise. After that, you can possibly do Facebook training in a different group than yours. So you can go in there, be an expert, and just give some type of like 10, 15-minute training over a Facebook Live or a Zoom. That's an excellent lead generation system. And it also gets you outside of your regular audience. You can do a YouTube video, you can do an in-person meetup group, or you can do interviews on like local news, podcasts, things like this. So these are all actions that will get people kind of gravitating to you as an expert. Okay, so like I said, just pick like 3 of these. You don't have to do them all, just 3. And so once people start reaching out to you, the next thing you want to do is take them into the target area. You want them in one of these 5 areas right here. And so the first one is a Facebook group that you own, because then you're their only main source of communication. You position yourself as the alpha in the group, and then you can direct market to them. So a Facebook group is a lot of responsibility. Don't get me wrong. I run one with like about 700 members, and it's absolutely worth it though, just for building that trust, building that rapport. We come together to like raise money for the community and help veterans and a bunch of other like really cool causes. So it's not just about selling. It's about creating a community based on your values, your morals, whatever it is you want to do. So that's the first thing you can do, is possibly create a Facebook group of your own. You can get people in a Zoom chat group. So here's like the hidden gold bar that a lot of people don't think of. You can download Zoom for free, which is just group conference software, right? Like a bunch of people on a group video chat, and you can host like a free training like once a week. And so you get all these people that have reached out to you in this area, and you send them a personal invite, and you're like, hey, I'm giving away this training, or I'm like interviewing this expert, or I'm teaching how to do this. Here's the Zoom link. Set it up like a week in advance. Like, here's the Zoom link. I'd love to have you on there. And then like a day before, you reach out and you offer them a free invite. So that way you can directly talk to them. Another thing you can do is your email list. So that's how you direct market to people, is just get them on an email campaign. The way to get them to opt in is to make some type of freebie with an opt-in page, landing page. If you guys have any questions about these terms, just pop them in the comments. I'll be happy to explain it. You can get them on a chatbot sequence. So chatbots, like ManyChat, is like $10 a month, maybe $15 a month. And what it is, it's that little window that pops up when you go to some websites. It's just an automated feature that allows navigation that leads to sales. And funny fact, chatbots are actually very, very effective as opposed to email marketing. Chatbots have a much higher open rate and a much higher sale rate, according to current statistics. And so it's pretty new technology. A lot of people still have no idea like what a chatbot is or even how to create one. They are very, very powerful as far as closing sales, and something you might want to look into especially if you have a business page or a website. The last thing you can pop them into is a Facebook discussion. Okay, because once people start talking on your Facebook page and they get this crazy discussion going, all these comments going, you can directly just reach out and bam, 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 just start talking to them, get to know them. So these are all the targeted areas. And then once you have them in one of your target areas, the next thing to do is to just kind of tighten, like narrow the scope, and then get them to what I call the sale area. Because by this time you're having these conversations, you're figuring out if they're warm to whatever it is that you're selling or your area of expertise. And then at that point you can just take them to the next level. And so the next level can either lead to a standalone sale. So if you've got like a website or like you're selling goods, you can send them to that. Like if somebody says, hey, I really like those coins you're making, then you'd be like, okay, here's my website. Check this out. We got this coin on sale this month. It really fit for what you're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. And you get what's called a standalone sale. So if you have like just a website you can send them to with a sale page, boom, there you go. You can have your standalone sale. You can get them on a video call, which becomes, a discovery/sale call. You want one of these five possible options. So you get a sale, a hard no, a soft no, recommend them to someone else, or else you just convert them to a fan. Like sometimes we have calls and a sale doesn't take place. The person's cool. It's just not like the right fit, but you can still like leave them with an opt-in, a freebie, or just, hey, I'll promote your stuff next week. Thanks for the call. And then that person now is friends with you. So that's just as good in some cases, right? Even if you don't get the sale. Another thing you invite them to is a group training webinar. Pretty much the same thing as like a Zoom group call, where you're just like got a bunch of people that are interested in something that you're doing. And then at the last 5 minutes of the training, you just hard pitch like, hey, this is my offer for this week. I'd love to see, you guys involved in this, blah, blah, blah. This can sometimes lead to an instant sale. In-person meeting, somebody's in your town, just reach out to them. If you guys have been talking or you're emailing them, they're in your town, you've got them in here, just meet up for an in-person meeting. I've had people meet me for coffee and buy like a $3,500 package from me within 20 minutes. And it was just a casual conversation as to what they needed, what I provided, all that good stuff. And then the last option is just a phone call leading to a sale. You just talk them through, find out their pain point, find out what they could use from you. So these are all the ways you can use social media in order to increase your sales. But this 3-step process, if used properly, it's going to increase your sales. It's going to get you like communicating with a lot more people. It's going to position you as an authority, and it's definitely going to help your business. So if you guys have any questions on it, feel free to reach out. And like I said, once this is posted, I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I'm just going to pop it in comments so you can grab it. But feel free to reach out to me at any given time. Website is up there. And I'm going to leave you guys with a free resource in comments, my newest blog post, which talks about how to fix a low-profit business. A lot of really good information in this, and a really, really powerful business graphic you can download for free that will help you if you need more sales in whatever it is you're doing. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking this out. Hopefully you got some value in this. And if you ever want to have like any type of discussion about how to implement this, just pop it in the comments or reach out to me. Have a powerful day. This is Rob the Warrior Strategist in San Diego signing off.